How did you do it? Okay, so hi, hello. My name is Sir Joshua Lee Xanadu Hellsing. Gray is my nickname. Let me see. Wow, there's a lot of stuff to say. I actually don't like talking about myself, so there's probably a lot of stuff I naturally leave out. I'll just give you a quick intro. I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, you know LeBron James. Cavaliers. I grew up under two cultures. I grew up under American culture, and I grew up under Beijing culture. American culture is everything together. Beijing culture is a really old Asiatic culture. Not a lot of people know about it because it's like kind of obscure, I guess. So when you grow up under two cultures, you kind of have like two mindsets. You see things from different points of view. But in any case, I do have a background in drama. I was an actor back in the States. Though career-wise, I went to school to be a genetic engineer. So doing DNA and all that, genetic modifications, I did that stuff. It was cool. It was awesome. And then I wanted to get married. I wanted to marry a beautiful, young, amazing lady. And I said, okay, it's time to find my wife. And I looked all over America, and I couldn't find her. Yes, I said, okay. And she's right there. I met my beautiful wife, Jazz Gul, who is actually from Kyrgyzstan, and here in China, and yeah, now here we are. Let's see, there's a lot of things I want to talk to you about, but I feel like if I have your attention right now, I should get to the point and tell you something very big and specific. When I do things, I like to go straight to the point, to hit it. So sometimes I might be seen as rude because I'm rather upfront about things. So one thing I want to talk with you about tonight, something that helped me get here, is freedom. Freedom. What's freedom? Anybody, what's freedom?
You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Okay, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Okay.
It's just that you have the power to control your life.
The power to control your life.
Yeah.
All right.
I can make the decision.
I can make the decision. I like that. I like that. That's great. Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
I can control it all by myself.
And you said, I can make the decision. Now, you guys, what are you guys? What are you? What are you? What are you? If I pick anyone out, what are you? You're an handsome guy. What are you? Your what?
His name. He's giving me his name.
Your name. Okay, so what? Tell me more about you.
I'm working in medical department.
Okay.
I handing for medical distributor and many doctor subject country and those.
Okay. Again, you're from China, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, are you married?
No.
No. Do you want to get married?
3 years late.
So 3 years from now. Okay. Who are you gonna marry?
My girlfriend.
All right. So your girlfriend's from China, from America. Where's she from?
From China.
China. Yeah, he's good answer here. So now we have a very handsome young man who's going to marry a very beautiful Chinese young woman, and we look at this and we say, beautiful, amazing. But look at the course that we take. He's taking this course because he grew up under a culture that most likely said, this is what you do. You're Chinese, you grow up, you get a job, you marry another person, preferably Chinese, and you have babies who will be Chinese. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfect, it's beautiful, it's amazing. Continue, Jayo. But here's the thing. What about freedom? What about the freedom is the choice, the ability to choose your own path, right? And in order to do that, you have to be aware of who and what you are. You probably think you're Chinese, but actually, you're a man who's being Chinese. You think you're Chinese. You're a woman who's being Chinese. My wife thinks she's Kyrgyz. She's very proud of her culture. Anytime something, we have a dispute, she's like, Kyrgyz culture is the best, so we do it the Kyrgyz way. And I'm like, I'm not Kyrgyz. And she's like, doesn't matter, you married a Kyrgyz woman, we do it my way. And because that's her idea of who and what she is. And so here's why this is important. For me, when I was younger, I had a dream. Can you guess what it was? One day. Huh? Oh, wow. Martin Luther King. Oh, Martin Luther King had a very big dream. I had a dream to leave, to travel. I wanted to go to Japan. I've never been there. Back when I was younger, I'm like, wow. I was walking through the art museum, and I saw some scripture on the wall. I don't know if it was Japanese or Chinese, because old Japanese is Chinese. I didn't know what it was, but I just liked it. And I said, hey, I want to go to Japan. I want to go there. I want to go to this country. But in my neighborhood, nobody ever went to Japan. Nobody ever really left the country. A lot of people never even left the city. Some people never even left the neighborhood. All right? So I'm like, how do I get there? Because I didn't have anyone to really say, here's how you do it. And then there's another thing. What race am I? What race am I? African. Well, if you ask the real Africans, they'll say you're not African. So you can say African American. Or people just say black, right? You can say black, it's okay, I'm not offended, whatever. And so in my point of view back there, they're like, yo, you're black? Black people don't go to China. There are no black people in China.
No, many black people in China.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I didn't have that exposure. My idea was there are only Chinese people in China. Nobody else. Right? And the idea was, if you're black, you can't go to China because black people don't go to China. So I had to open my idea of myself. And I had to say, okay, I'm more than a black person. I'm more than an American. I'm a person who does this. I'm a person who travels the world. I'm a person who can go to Japan. I had to give myself more options. So for you, I want to ask you, what is it in your heart that your heart says it wants to do? When you wake up in the morning, there's a little voice in the back of your head that's like, hey, you know, instead of going to work today, I really want to... There's some desire inside of you that says you want to do something. But then your freedom is slightly limited. Your ideas come in. They say, you are this type of person. You live in this type of society. You do these things. These are your only options. But if you're able to break that wall of what your options, or what you think your options are, you'll see you can do much, much more. You can actually have freedom. Now, there's one more thing I want to tell you before I take a seat. There's a beautiful little thing I want to give you. But first, where's fish? Fish, I want to commend you on being someone who actively improves themselves.
Yes.
I want to commend you on that. That is awesome. That is awesome. Being someone who actually tries to improve yourself daily is extremely important because it makes you grow. And growth is where life is. And the thing is about growth is you have to keep doing it every single day. Now I want to give you guys a cool little challenge, a very small challenge. And
Challenge.
Yes.
You will ask the challenge.
Yes, I want to give all you guys a challenge. And this is very important, especially here in China. Right now, this is called the One Charge Challenge. Okay?
One charge challenge.
One Charge Challenge. Who has a cell phone? Who has a cell phone? Everybody? Alright, who has charged their cell phone today?
Today.
Like more than once. Who's charged their cell phone today? Alright. And mine is right now as well. So the idea is this. Every day, we're looking at our cell phone, right? We're walking, we're looking at our cell phone. We're talking to our wives or girlfriend, we're looking at our cell phone. We're on the subway, we're looking at our cell phone. We're not connecting with the world around us, right? In a way, we've become slaves to our cell phones. So the challenge goes like this. When you wake up in the morning, can I take it? When you wake up in the morning, no, when you go to bed at night, you plug in your phone, okay? Plug it in somewhere far away from you, like the bathroom. Not too far that you can't hear it, but far enough to make you actually get up and have to get it. So, because if you leave it close to you at night, you'll get on it, you'll check it, you'll do a bunch of stuff you don't need to do. So leave it in the bathroom. Then when it comes on, you go in there, you unplug it from the charger, and then for the rest of the day, you do not charge your phone. You only go off of that one battery's capacity of energy. Okay? Now, what do you think would happen if you do that? Think?
I need a better phone.
Huh?
I need a better phone with a stronger battery.
Buy a better phone with a stronger battery. Okay, all right. What else? What do you think would happen if you only have that one charge of energy for that day?
You use your phone less.
You use your phone less. Why?
Because you're going to battery last longer.
Yes. So how will you use your phone? Wisely. Give me an example.
I'll probably just check messages and not use it as much as social media.
Bingo. So you start to become extremely picky about how you use your energy, right? Because you only have this much left. You don't have your power pack that's got like 20,000 ohms. You only have this much left. So now, instead of going to WeChat and goofing off, you're going to use that time to talk to the people that really matter. Instead of talking to all the groups, you're going to talk to your girlfriend and say, hey, how was your day? Because you only have this much energy left. And when you do that, you start to realize there is a limitation. There is a limitation. In this life, all of us, we like to think we're unlimited minutes, unlimited money, unlimited everything, but we have limitations. And when you realize you have a limitation, you treasure what you have more. So now, I want to issue to you, I want to say, do the one charge challenge just for a week and see what happens. Because when I started doing it, I realized I'm not on WeChat as much. I'm actually talking to my wife more. You know how you're talking to your loved ones, right? You're on your phone, she's on her phone, and you're talking, but you're actually texting, and you're like, I hear you, all right, whatever, let's do it. When you get off of that, you can actually connect more. So through the One Charge Challenge, you actually come closer to yourself. And lastly, there's one thing that you're going to face when you do that. You're going to face the void. The void is that space when you're not on your phone, not listening to anything. It's just you and life. You're not being distracted by your phone. You become aware of everything around you. And for some of you, it might be a little scary. But I want to say try it. Take the challenge, see what happens. I think it'll make life better for everybody. It's doing that for me. Okay, guys, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Questions? Every day, one challenge.
One charge. Yes, one charge.
No difference. Because I want to get rid of my phone. So many texts, so many calls. Yes, I'm a doctor. Yeah, sometimes I have to pick it up. And when I have got a chance to not pick it up, that's a limit.
Beautiful. If you use your phone for your job, then I would say don't worry about it, because you need to have patients call you. If someone's dying, they need to call you. Yeah. Right?
And so many friends want to ask questions about medical things. So they keep asking, oh, my biopsy result take your look. What's next is too many.
Oh, all right. Well, then for some of those friends, they might actually have to come up to you and actually connect with you in real time.
No. WeChat is more convenient and more convenient for me. Questions? Any more questions? So yeah. Any more questions?
I wanted to give him some feedback. You gave us a very wonderful topic. Yes, thank you very much. In psychological class, there is a quotation, wisdom is the order of importance. This importance means that everyone have 24 hours one day. We can choose things. If we think this is most important for us, we do this. Just like we play in cell phone or chatting with each other. If we think this we play the WeChat is very important, now I give you a suggestion. You can just do it. If just for 叫什么消磨时间怎么说？ If just spend the time and feel no value, you can stop this behavior. Thank you. We can spend the time to enhance value, not waste the time.
I agree.
Yes.
I think you got
I agree with
same
you.
values.
Same value. We have same value. Yes.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Yes. I agree with you.
Good. Any more questions? For Hellsing? Any more questions?
Yes.
What did you do to help yourself sort of distance yourself from the world? Like, you seem pretty cut off from technology in a sense. What steps have you taken to change that?
What steps have I taken to?
Kind of distance yourself.
Dissociate
from
with technology.
Okay. Something that helps is knowing that, and you guys are doctors, so you can tell me if it's actually true. I've heard some research that says cell phones can actually cause cancer. That the radiation that comes from cell phones can actually have a negative impact on your body. And I've been thinking about it with my cell phone. Just when you're on your cell phone, just think about how you feel. For whatever reason, when I'm using my cell phone a lot, I feel bad. I don't know why. It's just I have an uncomfortable feeling. It's like a dislike. So I actually started to use it less and less. And right now I'm on a program to enhance myself. I'm using this program to get better mentally. So I'm listening to audiobooks like The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins and Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And as I'm putting these positive ideas in my mind, these other ideas are coming up. So it's not that I wanted to distance myself from technology exactly. It's just a natural part of the course for me. Yeah.
Thank you. Any more questions? That's it. That's all we've got. Anyway, I want to say thank you, Hellsing, so much for what you provide for everybody. Give him a round of applause. And as you can see, he's forced everybody to look inside themselves. And especially in the hospital, they're always thinking about others. Everybody here, doctors, nurses, have to always care for others. So often you neglect yourself. What you've done today is you've allowed them to look into themselves more. And in doing so, you're developing a greater expansion in them. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it.
No worries.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Just, we'll have one more activity just before we finish. I want to